brand new look. Look at that. I've been doing some stuff, okay? Let me show you what I've been doing, alright? Looky here, right? The hood is finally on. Now, what you are looking at is the accomplishments of giving up on something, right? You cannot look this good without first giving up on your hopes and dreams. Now, what do I mean by that? I've given up on trying to make the hood look good. Yeah. Let me show you. I'm not a body guy, and well, we got scuffs here. This stupid thing is still here, even though we filled it about 100 million times with all kinds of different techniques, grinding it out, body fill, spot putty, just JB weld. And it just, it takes a day or two, but then she shows right back up again, so that's good. I mean, this popped out over here. Where is it? Oh, it's up here. That popped out. I am so fed up with it. I'm done. Called it quits. We put it on the car just the way it is, and that's just the way it's going to be for a while, because other more important things to do, right? So that's number one. We got the hood on. We had to get the hood pins in, right? Unfortunately, I still I'm running around like a poser because the actual latch is still in place. Can I do this with one hand? Nope, can't. There we go. The actual latch is still in place. All this garbage is still in place. So, unfortunately, right now we're just kind of, we're posers at the moment. Got the hood pins, but we still got the latch. But we'll get rid of all this stuff, and that's going to make room up here for, things and stuff in the future here. What else have I done? Oh yes, I replaced hardline. Or rather, I've replaced that plastic tubing that we had over here for the purge valve. I actually got nice hard copper line on now, so it doesn't look so ridiculous anymore. Getting the hood on has actually, inspired me to start working on this nitrous system a bit. But that's just one part of it. We have our air cleaner, finally. Our velocity stack air cleaner inside here. Believe it or not, I can actually tell a big difference in how the car runs with the air filter and the velocity stack. It really cleans her up a little bit. It's got a little more pep to her, Running an air filter, the carburetor itself, right? I mean, well, the carburetor is very sensitive to the air flowing around above it. So you have air flowing above it, that air is going to disrupt the air going into the boosters. The air going into the boosters gets disrupted, well then it can't, pour fuel as effectively as, it's supposed to. Booster buffeting, I believe is the correct term. So the air filter and the velocity stack just kind of, separate the air that the carburetor is pulling from all the turbulent air surrounding it. So the air filter actually makes more horsepower, as long as the air filter is not a restriction. So, there's a tech tip for you for the day, right? Oh, what else we got going on? I suppose I'll show you, in case you haven't seen it, right? My velocity stack. That's actually a bell mouth stack for like a turbo. So it's a 5-inch stack, and I actually had to, if you see, I went down there and crimped it and formed it to fit around the carburetor. So that's good. Very nice. I've had that thing for well over a year now, and I've just been itching to actually get it on the car for obvious reasons. Clearance. Yeah, I have clearance. The line there in the center, well, I had a wing nut on here. Well, the wing nut was too tall, so got the regular nut to fix that. That rubbing mark right there is, well, just from the shaking and, you know, vibration of the engine. So, but it's close enough, right? Close enough. I can always open the hood up in the back a little bit more to give a little more clearance for it. I don't seem like normal right now. It's because I am tired, let me tell you. I have been running around all day trying to get stuff done. Alright, so hood pins. I agonized over these stupid things. You know, getting the hood pin height just right, you know, just the perfect amount poking up through, that took me forever. I mean, just, you know, closing the hood, opening the hood, coming, loosening this top nut, bottom nut, you know, just really delicately getting it right, because it has to be perfect, you know. But I finally got it that way, and I am debating, I don't know if I like it with or without the wires. I kind of like the wires, and then it's sometimes I kind of don't. So, you know, you tell me, what do you think? Wires or no wires? I just have them, you know. I don't know if that's supposed to go a specific place, but that's just where it is, right? Okay, nitrous line inside the car. I suppose close the hood. There it is. See? Just you gotta have the perfect amount of just, you know, pressing down. Okay, nitrous line inside the car. Now, drove the thing to work today. Wasn't supposed to rain. Of course, it rained all day. And the car is not waterproof right there. And right here. You know, right there. So I quickly grabbed a bucket from work and just kind of placed her right here to catch some water. Okay, so nitrous line, right? This stuff right here, this bastard of stuff right here. Now, I am familiar with fuel braided line. I built fuel braided line, and, you know, for the Cutlass. So, myself, you know, having that experience, thought to myself, well, I got plenty of this, you know, I will just cut this in the middle, I'll get 2 fittings, and just make a fitting so I can come from the solenoid to the gauge, and then to the gauge to the bottle. Well, come to find out, nitrous line is a bit different, because it is got this crimp here, and I believe it's crimped like this because, well, you know, it has to withstand, you know, 900 psi of pressure, and I don't think just regular fittings are going to, I think it has to be this special stuff. So I got more line coming. I just bought, you know, I need 3 feet to get from the car into here, and then the rest of it I'll just use this and just coil it up for now. The bottle's going behind the driver's seat for now. That way I can reach it, you know, whenever I need. So that is on its way. Then we just gotta still wire up all the switches, which, you know, I'm saving for last. I want to get everything else done, and then I'll save the actual wiring for last. Why is that, you might ask? Because it's my least favorite part. I hate wiring. Actually, the wiring on this is going to be super simple, but it's still just a matter of wiring. So it's coming. But the hood is making me want to get the nitrous done, so, you know, working on it. Here, check out the hood. Check out my view. It's the new look, you know, not too shabby, right? Yeah. Okay, now I got a package inside that I'm gonna show you. So, yeah, last look at the car. Look at it. You know, the black hood is kind of growing on me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I really wanted a color match, but I don't know. I think the black's kind of growing. I'll tell you what though, I do kind of think it would have been better if it was a darker black, like a more, you know, what's the word for it? Right now it's kind of like a light black. I'm looking for like a dark black, but that's in the future, not right now. Okay, so we got packages and stuff here to open. I'm just gonna open it on camera. How about that, right? Cylinder heads. Cylinder heads are, haven't touched them in a little bit. Last time I was working on the exhaust port, I kind of, stalled on that a little bit. Tried to work on some of the intake, but I really couldn't do any of the intake because of the tools that I had, which hopefully this one is, solve that. I have these. This is for the engine, right? Okay, so we got that coming. Speaking of coming, we have our pistons from Nick McMahon. Nick McMahon? McMahon. Nick. He's sending us the pistons. They're in the mail, so be getting those soon. Once we get that, then we can actually start assembling the short block, I think. Let's actually pound some stuff in there here at some point, right? First I want to get the chambers done on the heads though. I think I'm going to finish just one whole thing. The chamber, the exhaust, and the intake, just on one cylinder, right? After that, I will use that as a guide to do all the rest of them, right? Starting with the chambers, I'm going to do all the chambers just so I can get that done out of the way, because that's like the most, really it's the easiest part, and the most crucial of being absolutely perfect, right? The ports we can kind of, fudge a little bit, take a little bit of time, but the chambers are like, they have to be exact to those cylinder bores. So we're going to do that first. Another project that's upcoming is the single exhaust. That's right. We are going to be testing out dual versus single exhaust. I just need more pipes and somebody to bend them up for me, and so that we can actually make this happen. It's not on the back burner, but it's not on the fire either, if you know what I mean. So this is coming. It's just I need to get a few other things squared away first. This I'm super excited about. I think this is going to be a key component. I wanted to get, this is actually the wrong part. I ordered a different part, but this showed up, but we're going to roll with it anyway, because it might even turn out to be better in our application at the moment. I wanted 3-inch in and 3.5-inch out. This is actually 2.5-inch in, right? Yeah, 2.5-inch in, and it's 3.5-inch out. So that's a little, it wasn't exactly what I wanted, but I think it's going to work out possibly better for the amount of power that the motor is making at the moment. It's not making very much. So the amount of exhaust that it has, probably a 2.5-inch pipe would probably be ideal for it, at least in this configuration anyway. So we're going to test that versus just our regular 3-inch, non-connected, true dual exhaust with glass packs. I don't know what I'm going to do for a muffler on this thing yet. When you do a single exhaust, the muffler becomes absolutely critical, because that will be your biggest restriction at that point. In a dual setup, the muffler is still a big deal, but it's not as big of a deal because usually the pipe is, you know, the area within the pipe is not exactly, you know, you're not filling quite as much volume through a dual at the velocity either. This is going to up the velocity getting out too. So there's a little more wiggle room with a dual exhaust. You know, you get a bad muffler, it's going to kill power, but you get a bad muffler with this kind of setup, it's going to kill, you know, 40% of the overall power potential of the motor. You know, big deal. Okay, now that that's all out of the way, why don't we open up some packages, right? It's an unboxing video. I've never, you know, well, I've only ever done one other one of those, but okay. Well, let's start with this. I need something to open it with. So there's no kill quite like overkill, right? So what do we got in here? This is bearings, rod bearings. Yep. What brand is it? Engine Tech. I didn't care what brand it was, just as long as it was the correct size. So we got bearings, actual rod bearings, which hence why we need to wait until we get the pistons and stuff first. That way we can, you know, that. But this next one, I believe, we'll just set this stuff, start stacking that stuff there. This one, I believe, we can actually probably do right away, but I'm waiting on cylinder head chamber so that I can still see the chambers, you know what I mean? Let's see here. Oh, I didn't do a very good job. I did not do a very good job at all. Actually, I can come in here like this. Thank you, cold air. You always come in right when I need you the least. Alright. Oh my god. This is packaged extremely well. What is this? Well, you're partially cut in half now. Okay. Just the receipt, basically. God, they got this thing wrapped with tape to Kingdom Come here. Well, let's just... Okay. Aha! Main bearings. Good. We need those. Yep. So, we'll be able to assemble our short block here shortly. Haha. Short block shortly. See? Don't ask me why, but the camera just decided to stop, you know, filming right when I was opening these up. And then proceeded to not tell me that it wasn't recording for, you know, a good 5 minutes as I was going through what these are and explaining them to you. So that's perfectly fine. I'll just redo it, right? These are the carbide burrs. This is for porting the cylinder heads. Very crucial ingredient. I needed the long shank, right? And all these different head sizes to get inside the cylinder port, or the intake port, in order to get down deep inside the intake. Because right now I've been using a stone cutter, which the stone cutter is working really well. It's just it's short. You know, you can't really reach that far into it. That's going to be doing 90% of the work right there. That one, guarantee you. What other ones do we got? So we had that one. Let's take a look at this one. Yep, right there. I mean, I can use that for probably cutting away the push rod holes. Well, not the push rod hole, but the little bumps inside the intake ports for the push rod hole. I've been measuring, and I think if I just leave just a little scotch, yes, just a little bit of meat on there, I can probably remove most of it. I've been measuring, and really I think I can remove all of it, but you know, we'll see when the time comes. Ooh, look at that one. That might be good for, yeah, that will be good for tapering the, valve guides, you know, tapering and getting rid of. I think I'm just getting rid of the exhaust valve guides entirely, basically. The intakes I might trim up and just kind of do that. I don't know. I have to really look at it and think about it. Oh yeah, right there. That'll be good for... It'll probably be good for doing the chamber, really, actually. Yeah, getting right in there, right next to these valves, so that one would be really good for. So yes, now that I have the proper tools to be doing the head work, porting, I can really start going more hog wild on that. So we got bearings, we got pistons coming, we have nitrous line coming, that way I can plumb up the nitrous. We got the copper tubing done for the purge valve. We know where we're going to put the nitrous tank. Okay, I got another thing coming, but I haven't heard back from anybody about it. So I'm not going to say nothing on that one. I got more carburetor stuff coming out. The main body is at the machine shop right now. Going to be doing something that has never been done before with carburetor. Remember what I said, Project XMC, we gotta do prototyping first before we make the actual main, carburetor. We gotta test all these little things. Well, one of the key components is about getting ready to be tested. We just got to actually figure out how to machine it and make it and fit it to the main body. It's going to be really cool. It's going to be really cool. All right. What else? I got so much stuff going on all at one time. It's almost hard to keep track of it all. Even the Cleveland cylinder heads we might be doing something with now. I'm actually really enjoying this porting stuff. It takes forever. It takes so long. But I really do enjoy the porting stuff. And the porting and the chopping up the carburetor. I have an idea to use those Cleveland heads. But that's a ways off. It's closer than actually taking the Cleveland block to the machine shop, but it's a ways off yet. Project XMC, all of the valuable knowledge is within this journal book right here. I have it all schematiced out and all of the plans that I want to do with the thing, right? What I want to prototype, what I want to test. I got it all jotted in my super fancy journal. So that's good. What else? I don't know. That's about it, for now. All I can remember anyway. I don't know. Bowie knife. Bowie knives are the best. I don't care what anybody says. There's nothing you can do with a Bowie knife, or can't do with a Bowie knife, really, that you could do with any other knife. Not that, the knives were another one of my passions. Hence why I, have custom knives. I used to carry this around I carried this around right on the old hip before I got the 45, back in my teens, right? Nobody even cared. You'd walk into a grocery store, gas station, bank, nobody even knew you had on you. And if they did notice, they didn't know what it was. They'd look at it and go, "Oh, what's that?" It's like, "Oh, it's my knife." And they'd be like, "Oh, cool." Yeah. Let me know if you ever want a video on knives, because I could do knife videos. Oh, I should do more gun videos. I haven't done a gun video in a while. You know, expanding the horizons of the car channel. Okay, enough rambling. That's it. That's all I got. Yeah. Hope you're being entertained by all this. You know. I'll catch you next time.